All eyes are on President Trump as he embarks on an ambitious 5-country trip to Asia in early November. His itinerary includes 5 countries at present. First, he'll go to Japan, then South Korea, China, Vietnam, and the Philippines. The big question ahead of Trump's first trip to Asia is what sort of Trump we'll see. Is it going to be the political candidate who complained loudly about China defrauding the global economy?
I'm going to instruct my Treasury Secretary to label China a currency manipulator.
Or is it going to be a more sober and constructive American president who wants to engage with Asia as a region? Trump is scheduled to meet a very interesting and diverse set of characters. In Japan, he'll meet a prime minister who's just won re-election and is moving the country towards an even more nationalistic position in the region. In South Korea, he'll be meeting a president whose liberal and perhaps dovish policies Trump has criticized not so long ago. In Beijing, he'll be meeting a Chinese leader with whom he shared a degree of real personal affability, but with whom, of course, he has very few interests in common. And in the Philippines, he'll be meeting a president who's been decried by the international community for human rights abuses, but whom Trump himself has complimented and praised.
But I would like to congratulate President Trump. Mabuhay ka.
The real test, of course, is North Korea. It remains to be seen whether Trump can translate his bravado and his tough rhetoric
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself
into real policy action. Trump, not unlike North Korea's own propagandists, has threatened fire and fury
like the world has never seen.
He has repeatedly called North Korean despot Kim Jong-un Rocket Man and has poo-pooed the idea of negotiations with Pyongyang. Trump can talk tough, but diplomats in Asia, as well as many experts and analysts in Washington, are pretty clear about the fact that diplomacy and negotiations is the only real answer for this crisis. A nuclear North Korea is a reality, and a reality that many countries in the region have been living with for quite some time. The question is, if Trump can get on board with their own desires to calm down tensions and build some kind of diplomatic framework to mitigate against the North Korean threat. The irony about Trump's maiden visit to Asia is that for all the change in tone and atmosphere surrounding this administration, Trump has not so far pursued or enacted policies that are that different from the Obama administration that preceded him. What this trip may signal is a continuation of that trend, or perhaps a radical departure.